Hi guys, for this video I want to talk about how I got into the law of attraction, positivity, finding happiness, all that kind of stuff. And also that's going to come with a book recommendation. The book The Secret, I'm sorry once again, it's backwards, I gotta figure this out. But just so you know what it looks like, it's by Rhonda Byrne. Okay, so I always thought that I started my journey towards a happier and more positive life after my second sophomore year. I repeated my sophomore year when I switched schools. But that book, Don't Take the Small Stuff, I actually ordered that when I was in 7th grade. So obviously I feel like I've always had that sort of in me without I didn't really realize it. And then I didn't really I read it a little bit, I read like 7 chapters and then I just kind of forgot about it. And then I always tried to be a positive person but didn't really know what that entailed. Then after my second sophomore year, I was really depressed and really upset with eating issues, a lot of anorexia problems. So I kind of was looking for a way to become a happier person, and then I found the book The Secret. My SAT tutor actually recommended it to me, and it has totally changed my life. I cannot recommend this book enough. Like, if there's any book you want to read, this is what you need to read. The only downfall of it is I've heard some people say it's a bit repetitive, which I do agree with, but I think especially if you're starting off your journey of trying to figure out how to be happy and positive and whatnot, repetitiveness is sometimes necessary to just kind of get it into your head, and I found that helpful, for sure. I think it kind of just kept reminding me, this is what you're supposed to do, and this is why. This is what you're supposed to do, and this is why. Because there's some ways to doubt it, and it's also repetitive in the sense that it's not just saying the exact same things over and over and over. It's saying them in different ways, different situations, and the other thing that I love about this book so much is that she backs it up with, you know, if you're religious, she backs up what she's saying with evidence from the Bible, or if you're more into like science, she has a lot of scientific evidence as well. Or if you're just more into stories and people's own experiences, she has that in here. So it's for every kind of person. Any person can, I think, find what they're looking for in this book. I literally feel like the whole book is outlined and highlighted and written in because I was so obsessed with it when I was reading it. I could not put it down. And she has 3 other books that I also read. She has The Hero, The Power, and The Magic. I still haven't gotten through The Magic. That's all about gratitude, and those are more exercises that you're supposed to do. It's a 28-day exercise book, and these are just reading them straight through. And so some of the things I'm about to say have been mentioned in my other video because a lot of these books talk about the same things but say it in different ways. But I'm going to say it anyways because I still think she says it in a different way and it's worth hearing. So I guess I'm just going to try and go from the beginning to the middle to the end of the book, just the key points. I don't want to give away too much because I really do think that you should read this. Even if you're not into reading, there's a movie. So watch the movie. Definitely watch the movie. I haven't watched the movie yet. I've watched parts of it, but because I read the book, I kind of like having the book because you can circle the things you like and rewrite them and keep them. And I even wrote a lot of my own stuff in the front and the back of the book. Some of the stuff that I've written down is everyone succeeds. There are so many different ways to do it. It goes into the fact that everyone can succeed, that your dreams are first of all valid and second of all 100% achievable, because there are so many different ways that you can do it, and sometimes you don't even know why or how, which is really important when she says in the book actually that all you have to do is believe that you're going to get where you want to get, and you don't have to know how or why. The universe will take care of that for you. You just have to believe in it. Dream it. Believe that it's not that hard to get. If you think it's so hard to get and you're never going to get it and it's going to take a long time to get, then that is what's going to happen. But if you just believe, then it should happen in a certain time frame. So for my own personal experience with the whole believe and it will happen, I actually went through and I had a note card just like this. This is some other goals that I had last year. But last year, I really, for the first semester, I had a goal for where I wanted to go for college. I knew I needed certain grades to get there. So I took note cards just like this, and I wrote down the grades that I wanted, the exact grades that I wanted in every single class. And I put one above my bed, so when I'd wake up, I would see it. I put one in my closet, and then on my desk, because then when I go in for to get changed every day, it's always there, and you always see it, and the desk. So I'm always seeing it, always thinking about it. And literally the exact grades that I wrote down on my note card is what I got. Obviously, I had to work for it. I didn't just sit around and wait for those grades to happen, but they were the exact grades I ended up getting. which was amazing. So that was great. So going off of that, she says thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, you're going to hold it in your hand. She said, this is one of my favorites, the law of attraction is like Aladdin. So if you're saying, for example, if you're going for a run and you're saying, don't go so slow, the don't disappears in your mind. All your brain is hearing is go so slow. It's just a slow, slow. So, I mean, again, for sports, I kind of, instead of thinking don't go so slow, I think go faster, go faster, go faster. Keep going. It's words of encouragement versus don't, then the negative. You'd rather just have the positive affirmation happening all the time instead of having the negative ever in there. So that I didn't know that before, and that's totally changed my thinking, and it's helped a lot. There's really cool exercises in here to get you to believe in the process. So one of them says, hold an image of talking to an old friend that you haven't seen for a long time. Somehow or another, somebody's going to start talking to you about that person. That person's going to phone you, or you'll get a letter from her or him. Which I think is, I've done that before, and it worked. It really did. So that was cool. It helps you handle jealousy and comparison because they say in the book, she says in the book, if you're looking at someone and they have something that you want, that just means that you're on the right frequency. It's all about getting on the right frequency as the things you want. So if you're seeing them a lot, if you're around these sort of things that you have a desire for, it usually means it's because it's coming. So instead of seeing, if you want a boyfriend really bad and you see your friend all of a sudden has this amazing boyfriend, you can kind of translate that as, okay, it's going to come to me soon too. I don't have to be jealous. I can just be happy for her and share her happiness, because that will make whatever you want come faster as well, and will make a better relationship with your friend. There's a lot of visualization that she says that you have to do in this book, so you have to create lots of movement in the pictures that you're creating in your mind of the things that you want. So she uses this example a lot of, if you want a specific car, imagine yourself having that car, imagine yourself driving that car, what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like, all those things. So it's almost like if you've done acting before, it's a lot of the sensory work that you do in acting. Another thing that she says to do a lot is, as I said with my note cards, write it down. And there's another book called Write It Down, Make It Happen. I think I mentioned this in my last video. Still have to make a video on that because that book is just as amazing. Not as, this one seriously is my #1 book forever, but that one's a great book as well. Oh, very cool stuff about injury and sickness. All about how you can cure them yourself. I really have done this a lot. I did a lot last year. I haven't done that much this year because I actually haven't had to. I haven't had any sickness or injury coming on that often. So, but last year I was back to cross country. I did cross country in the fall, and I didn't do any training over the summer, literally none at all. So I was worried that all the running every single day was going to give me, was going to injure me because I'd been injured junior year. So I could feel myself getting injured, and then I just kept saying to myself, I'm healthy, I'm healing, I'm healthy, I'm healing. And every time that thought of an injury came into my mind, I would just clear it out really quick with the idea that I'm healthy and healing and strong, and my bones are in great shape. And I never got injured. And I honestly believe if I hadn't done that, I would have gotten injured, because it was the exact same scenario that happened junior year, but I had a completely different mindset going into it, and I stayed healthy and strong. They say disease cannot live in a body that's in a healthy emotional state. I believe that. I think stress, she talks about how stress causes a lot of sickness. You know, when I was in high school, I was really, really stressed out, especially my sophomore and junior year, and I was sick all the time, literally all the time. I mean, it doesn't say everything is. I mean, lots of happy people do have issues and have things they have to deal with, but I think you have a much less chance of being sick if you have a positive mindset about your health. And it's not even just about health, if you just have a positive mindset about life. This is one of my favorite quotes throughout the whole book. It says, Mother Teresa was brilliant. She said, I will never attend an anti-war rally. If you have a peace rally, invite me. And look what she's manifested into the world. So once again, that just shows the difference between, it's like anti-war rally and peace rally are the exact same thing, but totally different way of saying it. Negative, positive. It's incredible. And just saying anti-war rally to yourself, and then saying peace rally, it literally brings a different feeling inside. So I love that. I just love that. It says you cannot help the world by focusing on negative things. Totally believe that. you have all the power, that there's no level of happiness we can't reach. We can always be happier. We can always shoot for more in a good way, in a way of being positive, but you also have to be incredibly grateful for what you're having. And right now I'm working on that. So gratitude, she kind of explains that gratitude isn't just about saying thank you. Because I feel like, I don't know, my mom really taught me all about saying thank you. She would always say if someone gives you a bag of dog poop that you have to say thank you. So she would tell me that when I was little. So ever since then, I'm very big on thank yous. But you have to feel the thank you, and you have to feel grateful for what you have. And I am grateful for what I have, but I think there's a deeper level of gratitude that I could reach. So I'm working on that right now. So yeah, it just keeps going. Follow your bliss. Let the past go. Someone who sets her mind to the dark side of life and the issues they've had in the past are just praying for more misfortunes without even really knowing it. Every single I'm not is a creation. So you have to counter that with something positive about yourself. And a lot about self-love and self-belief. And self-love is something else I'm really working on right now. I'm trying to wake up and look in the mirror. They have a lot of activities in here saying that you're supposed to wake up and look in the mirror and say to yourself that you're powerful and strong and beautiful and worth it. Whatever gets you feeling good. Ever since I read this book, I was totally hooked on the idea. I think it's just worth giving a try if you just want to see what this lifestyle is about. I think it's a perfect description of why believing in the universe and the law of attraction and believing in yourself is so incredibly important. How it will help you gain the things you want to gain in life. It's amazing. I could talk about this book for days. Oh my god, after I first read it, every friend I was ever talking to, I was just like, oh, have you read The Secret? Because you should read it. I would go, my whole family, my mom still hasn't read it. And neither has my dad. But I got my sister into it, and now she is so obsessed with this kind of stuff. And I got, I think, 6 of my friends to read it, which I was very proud about. I'm obsessed with it. And I think you guys would be too if you read it. So try it out. Let me know what you think. And yeah, that's how I started my journey on this lifestyle. So thanks for watching, and let me know what you think.